And now here we have the game number 5, where he played with black, and he tried in Nimzovich defense to show to everybody that he's as good in this variation as in King's Indian. He was considered to be the best player in the world in King's Indian, but here he played Nimzovich. And this is a rare variation for black. Usually they play here d5 and more or less a little bit better for white. But he chose this variation. He blocks the center later on by playing d6 and e5. The idea is very clear. Strategically, black tries to demonstrate that to block the central squares is a good line for black. White tries to do something tactically, to open a little bit the game and have some small advantage. But we'll see what happens in the next move.
To block the center in order
With
to have
e5.
He
has to have a close position.
Yes.
Where the two bishops, the pair of bishops from white, they are not really too powerful, and the black has a good counterplay in any kind of position. Strategically, it was a very good choice. He played a very good line. e5, castle, of course, d5, knight e7, much better than knight a5, because the knight is in a more active position on the king side. And after knight h4, if he plays, for instance, now h6 with the idea to come with g5, is one line, or the other line is immediate knight g6. Has to choose between two. So now he plays h6. Now the idea is to play immediately g5. Okay. Spassky played f4. Now after f4, if you take immediately in f4, he can sacrifice a pawn by playing castle or playing immediately knight f5, and white is a little bit better, maybe. But now he allows the fact he accepts the fact to have two pawns on the G line, and to have another weakness, the pawn from e5 later on. But this is good for black. We'll see.
So black
knight g6 is a very strong move. Now, if you don't take immediately in g6 and play knight f5, black has time to take immediately with the bishop in f5, takes f5, and knight takes f4. And black is okay. Black is better in every kind of position. So now the continuation is forced. You have to take in g6, take in g6, and takes in e5. Okay, white did everything right. No? Yes. It took back, attacks in c5, b6, castle. Everything is clear. Out of the opening, black, it seems that black is a little bit worse, that in reality black is a little bit better here, if you analyze the position, because he has the possibility to block the central pawn from d5, and finally to attack later on the pawns, the structure from c4, e4, with the idea maybe g5, queen e8, queen g6 in the game later on, you see.
So basically to bring the knight here.
Yeah, maybe, or to let the knight in f6 and play quietly queen e8, g5, and queen g6 is another idea. Very good counterplay for black. a4, a5, rook b1. Okay, white tries to do something on the queen side, but has no time. I mean, he can't attack the b6 pawn only once. You can attack only once in b6. He can defend quietly with rook b8, and then he prepares the counterplay. Okay. He realizes that he has nothing on the queen side and goes away with the rook on f2, to have something tactically on the f line, but nothing to do there, just queen e7. Okay, he protects everything. Now you have to protect also the knight, the pawn from a4, because it's a small weakness, So in meantime, he has time to play g5. Now it's clear. Black has a very, very nice game. No problems at all for black, He controls every square. And later on in endgame and in middle game, black advantage is clear. Yes, he's better in all positions, Every kind of position is better for black. A little bit, but enough. Bishop d2, queen e8. he attacks twice in a4, you know, finally you can't move the queen. And in the meantime, he wants to come also in G6, maybe, we'll see.
So the queen to come here.
Yeah. Okay.
So it looks white is in a defense here.
Yeah, white has to defend, and in the meantime, black prepares, you know, the double exchange of the rooks on the F line, you know. He moves away with knight, and finally we have an endgame with queen, knight, and bishop against queen and two bishops. But the two bishops have no play at all, you know, or not too much. It's clearly better for black. Black can attack the central pawns from white. You know, there are too many pawns on white, and therefore white will lose the game, finally, you'll see. Knight h5, okay, he must take twice, okay? And now the mistake, queen c2. It was a little bit better, queen b1, with clear advantage for black, but not immediate win. Now the black has immediate win because you have no move. You lost the pawn from a4, you must take in a4 now.
Yes.
And after queen takes e4, he threatens the bishop from e1 and mate on g2, and therefore white resigned. So
the queen takes here.
Yeah, and it's finished. I attack there, and I attack in g2 with mate. You have no check in the meantime, and you have no move. After king f1 is immediate mate on g2.
So mate actually in two
yes, and
two squares.
Completely winning, yes.
So he actually resigned?
He resigned because what can he do, you know? Yeah. Therefore, I tell you, it was a little bit better, not queen c2, but queen b1. But was also very passive position and clearly better for black, you know, queen b1. But at least he could play a little bit more.
A little longer. But yeah, for
it's very unpleasant for white also, but it's not immediate win for black.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Yes.
Queen c2 was a big blunder, of course, but he was disappointed. I mean, he didn't like at all the position because after the opening, it seemed that white is a little bit better and he has a small edge.
Yeah.
Now at the end, it's clear that black is a little bit better or much better, and he tries to win in every position.
Yeah.
The game was completely reversed like this. Yeah. But very it was nice. A real demonstration from Fischer, you know. Yeah, no problem at all for black, and in every step was a little bit better, and finally decisive.
And finally
decisive
finish.
Advantage. Yes.
Sudden finish.
Almost from nothing again. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.